he likes the he likes the KO a lot on this map, right?
Have a much easier time of getting onto aggressive angles and taking early fights. And look at what they're doing here.
Oh, yeah.
4-player stack
Okay,
over
4
towards
passing
B.
over
Talk about
towards B.
aggression.
They're going for a heavy shutdown of B, thinking that they're going to be spamming B. The drone has seen way. The drone has got way too much info, surely.
The top end of B, but the drone does spot. Player pushed up deep, and look at this answer as well.
Let's see how fast they decide to go.
At the top of B.
But this is going to end up being a full retake round, really.
Would I like? Do I think of Sen's comp? It's fine. I definitely prefer Lev's comp. It's a very good comp for defense. Sorry, it's a very good comp for attack. In terms of Sentinel's comp, I do think it is a bit of a nightmare to play on defense. Right, just 4 choke points, no Sentinel. You just your defense is very thin. It's a big duel. Okay, a lot of this is down to Pancada.
Look at how aggressive Sentinels are getting here.
Oh, he's going to get dogged out. Oh, unlucky.
Pancada hoping to timing this, maybe get a kill. He's stunned up. Any help? Right. He's his own man, stunned up. Doesn't matter. Still swinging through. Now with a okay, bit of an orb in their face. Leviathan trying to find this one. They're winning this one out. Surely.
2 bullets. It's unlucky. Okay, nicely done from Lev. 4 passing push over towards B was pretty good.
Decent there, but there's a couple of kills.
Pancada almost,
I think it was Sassy, the first
almost won it on his own there.
If
he got a second one, it was kind of done.
I think really getting caught out by a heavy flank push there. Sentinels looked like they were set up to anticipate Leviathan to be rotating through spawn.
It's the thing is, it's not that kind of map.
Rotating through the B link, A link area.
It's not. I don't think it's that kind of map, Sheriff. Really.
And I think I mentioned it in
There's
the
just too many timings that could have happened.
Playing against this Viper Harbor comp, with their retakes, they can really split the side.
You could definitely start a game off with it and be like, we'll take some risks until they get a timing.
Pistol round 1 here for Leviathan.
Okay, in terms of Lev, they are just priority in terms of rifles on this one. Don't want to take too much of a risk because obviously Spike got down. They could be buying into this, so making sure that they just get a lot of guns into this one.
Stops these guys from popping into A.
Very disciplined though by Sentinels. See a lot of teams on these eco rounds. They're willing to throw away their lives.
Here.
The way Sen play these though, they're
close.
time with it.
Ping was close.
Poking, prodding.
It looks like Def is loading up on ult orbs, right? He's already at 4.
What do you think about Sage on Pal? Yeah, I like it. Honestly, if you get everyone's use of Sage and put it together, you got some pretty cool stuff.
So what's the theory behind it? I think Null Command is going to be
I like how Cloud9 play it.
useful.
There was a team at Game Changers, really like how they played it. And then there's a team in Trav's team, right, Link's team. I really like how they played it on defense as well. So there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with Sage if you like merged all 3 of them together.
Yeah.
And the Viper Wall is...
You just rotate it. When the Viper Wall goes down, you put up the high tide, and it's so difficult to get through. You need util. Something you're not going to be buying too much on these eco rounds, and we're hoping for an easy plan.
But I think that's got to be the theory behind Def running KO here.
Sure.
His ultimate is so good for post-plan, weirdly. It's just a quirk of the meta that you see here on Pro.
Alright, let's see.
Maybe that is the idea behind it.
We'll have to see, won't we? I mean, Sentinels really haven't demonstrated their game plan here. They ran Jet Neon in the offseason.
Yeah, in the Taric tournament.
I mean, that is a ridiculous stat. Leviathan choking away those
third maps. Yeah, what was that, 274 days?
I mean, they went to see Dr. Valorant earlier. The LATAM DRX. Perhaps.
Potentially.
Not with that shock that I wanted to go.
The Guardian pushes up deep towards B here. Nozra with utility that can help.
Good idea from Lev. They decide to go early over towards B. So
moving their way over to A.
In terms of how Lev are doing this and approaching this, just very early on, making sure that they can't spam B. Right, pissed around. They wanted to shut this down. Bonus round. They wanted to shut this down. Just trying to make sure that they do shut this down at one point.
It is to chew through. But there it is. As soon as the Viper Orb goes down, pop straight in. They've got a lot to deal with, though. Look at that. TenZ is being chunked down.
Yeah,
47 health.
but they still managed to get out and flood over towards the site, so...
Still getting into the back of the site. And how do they want to play this one into the post plant? By being planted. Around the back, it's being watched for. TenZ wants to try and
Good
get the
discipline
punish,
to not want to swing that fully.
It's a double reflank coming through.
High tide cascade, there's so much to deal with.
Ah, this crossfire is great though.
It's all about how you hold this one now, up close. Def claims that first kill now. And how do you deal with this on the flank? Pancada trying to stay alive. Flash in his face, anti.
No way. Okay, good recovery in the end. Nice recon.
This is really turning up the heat.
I mean, Def did great.
Def contains. Maneuvering
He's on for one. He's fully on for one.
Those were the last one left. Not even playing for the ace.
Just making sure they keep the guns in here.
Just want to keep the guns.
Right.
It's a decent bonus round from Leviathan there. But
Talk about the Enzo round
he was only 2
on
points away
bind.
from it.
Yeah, that was actually kind of sick.
Have the opportunity, or at least wouldn't want to have used it in that post plant particularly, because they were in control the whole time. But this is where I'm really intrigued to see what he decides to do. Is it going to be used as a standard null command entry, or is he going to try and save it to block these smokes from coming up in the retake?
Alright, full buy into this one. Taco gets his op out. Where is Taco going to be playing? And Lev have kind of given up with the B punish. So the B punish was only in terms of pistol and bonus.
This is so aggressive.
On the other side of it. Yeah, this is crazy aggressive, but Mazzino's holding that top window.
Take it mid-control. It's given up for you now, but it's hard to hold on to yet still.
Huge.
Okay.
They take Alp the smoker.
Timing was everything there.
Pretty much can just go over towards stack B now, because the only place they can hit is where the Viper was.
Okay, no command. It's going to be used to try and hit this.
Looking like Sentinels knew that small window. Not a good plan as well. They have to fight over towards site.
That is not a great push through the wall there at all.
Yeah, that was not good.
It's left them in a 3v5.
Someone from Sentinels has to go huge. Def does have a knife.
Bit of a miracle moment. Pushing forwards, taking space.
I mean, that's a good start.
Very aggressive by Def.
Sassy has double molly. Second has a drone, but he's never going to feel comfortable to use it because they could go behind him. I say as he drones.
Not the best weapon for the situation at hand, yet still he makes the most of it.
And the plant spot's not good.
It's not good. Taps right round the corner, kills him to be one, and they are one indeed. Sticking all the way. And it's just not planted for him.
Okay, nice defuse from them. Good damage done at least. So we're going to get a weird round here.
TenZ giving away a very early, giving away his life far too easily. And also
honestly, in the 3v5, they'll probably take that. They didn't win, but the fact they killed everyone's pretty big.
It is very difficult to get the plant down in that nice open area.
And the fact they're going light armor means that they can buy this one as well.
And that's going to add a really different quirk to the way that Sentinels play this map. Especially on B.
See, it just doesn't quite work out for them. It's a deep knife.
By Trav left? Yeah.
So nobody can play it.
I was gone by the time Trav left.
Loading up those
at least my understanding when I left was no one wanted to leave. So something went down when I left.
Stars drop down. Looks like I actually want to go with some pace into this one. Moving forwards again. So it's going to be given up. You can see the team being split up though because of all that utility. Nano swarms at their feet. Snakebite as well. And Lev are the kind of team they're happy to play these retakes.
TenZ is so far forward again.
And where's the rest of his team? He needs some help here. Up close with the dash. Yep.
He's just playing way too far ahead of everybody.
And there's no help. There's no help in sight.
It's a little bit one by one.
Reckoning going to be used to try and shift the positioning and push them back. Sassy. He's so low.
They can't win this.
One kill found, but a knife to the chest to bring him down. Dash forwards. Re-enabled. The right click not doing it, but damage. And the right
oh my goodness.
Okay. No more stars in sight to disrupt this one. Getting off of it onto half, but Pancada realizes it's a lost cause. Have to back away.
A big round from Leviathan, but now we're really seeing a trend of...
This is a very worrying sign, considering how inferior on paper bad this comp will be on defense. Not bad. They might struggle on defense.
you couldn't put too much blame on TenZ, because when he was getting this far forwards, he had nobody supporting him and he wasn't getting traded out. But in moments like this, the last 2 rounds, if anybody goes forward to try and help him, they're also pushing through smokes, pushing into spots where you just get flashed and cleared. He's putting
Damn,
himself in a bad place
really
where,
loving A.
honestly, if the rest of Sentinels try to help him, they'll just die as well.
Difficult fight to take.
Dev's talked about having to have a little bit of a leash on TenZ, and maybe
Okay.
that just needs to be tightened a smidge here.
Yeah, making sure he can't get away with too much. Trying to push into those back of those sides.
I mean,
Game
only
plan
Def
from
Calm
Lev
by
has been
next, because they have 2 9 loss bonus
Making
on
sure
this
that they
one.
don't give away any early picks.
If they get a plant,
Play it
they're
safe,
probably going to
play
force
for the
into it again.
retake. That's the strength of your composition. They understand that one.
They've also heavily changed up their defending setup. I mean, Shy has now put all of his Killjoy utility over a B.
Wait, he survives on 1
To the
HP
back of
there?
the site, damage
That's
being
mad.
done, just trying to clear these angles.
Oh my goodness.
One tag found. Is it going to be the kill? No. Running to the side, King avoids, and it's put that much pressure into it. There's no other space on the map gained for Sentinels. 50 seconds
This is
left.
actually looking like an okay round at the
Still,
moment,
Viper
especially if
over their
these two
face.
decide to disrespect this wall over towards.
Lev have stacked over so many players towards them. Just contacting.
Oh my goodness.
TenZ in the back of the site now. What can he get done? Updraft round the corner. It's a dog in his face, and he has to dash back to disengage. 30 seconds left.
Nice Viper ult, but they still haven't got the
But at
spikes
least
down.
TenZ is playing his life here and going with Dev
Looking like it's not
to
gonna
try
get
and
stopped.
control Art.
Spammed.
The problem with this Viper ult is it doesn't go around the corner. It's not the OP one, so he has to be in a place where he's most likely to get spammed. Yeah, Sassy's gonna get spammed down soon.
Okay, damage. A pick goes down because they have to
Her
play
pick
off here,
goes down because he was gonna get spammed otherwise.
Rather a risk,
For
really, just
me,
getting
yeah, Def is the person that
stopped.
can win
It's all about
this.
his flank timing. It's chaotic. It's pandemonium at its best, and still it has to come down to this. So much on the line. The flank, the spray. It's so damn labored, but it's all up to him, and they know his position.
Damn, Shy got all 3 of them there. Very, very
They just
impressive.
contain it.
How did Leviathan manage to pull that one away?
Yeah,
Sentinels
I
let
don't
them-
know.
I mean, so many strange things there.
Yeah,
TenZ
the
facing
Viper
instead
ult
of
is
playing
definitely
with
not as
Def
good as
inside
we've
the
seen
pit.
other
They
teams
allow the
have,
pit to go down instead
right?
of all
We're
playing
seeing a lot
inside
of
it.
teams that have that
And then they
Viper
also-
lineup where it goes over towards site, but it
Shy
has
just
this little
wide
alcove
swings
here,
and deletes people.
right?
4
So it's
kills in the
like, I
round
don't
as
know,
he just
like
sweeps
this.
forward.
Something like that.
Feels a little bit out of sync.
So the Viper ult wasn't good, so that one went down. They didn't have much map control after that happened as well.
4 out of 5 of the rounds that Leviathan have won have been
Lev
retakes,
obviously did
and that's not
great,
even on B.
like clearing
I mean,
everything
most
at
of
the
time when we
beginning.
think about
But,
retakes on this
yeah.
map, it's the way that the Harbor and the Viper coordinate together to block off those angles on B and get really aggressive.
Lindsay, thank you
retakes
so
going.
much for that.
And
Appreciate
that's
it.
not been the case. It's just been
Thank you.
suckering Sentinels into
Yeah.
making the overly aggressive play.
Shout
on
out to your mum for watching as well.
Unnecessary timeout. I can't really wrap my head around that. I mean, the Viper's pit was down there, but they want to give up the side anyway and get blocked off by the double controller by playing in the choke.
Yeah, I mean, that is a head scratcher. I feel like
don't really
I feel
know.
like we must have missed something there because it's just a
I
such a
mean,
bizarre
the change-up they're probably going to
decision.
do is a B. You would think.
Regardless, timeout. Reaching the end.
They
here.
have a comp that's
Necessary
good
for
at
Sentinels.
spamming B.
What can
A's
they
been getting absolutely
pull out of
wrecked.
the playbook?
TenZ
They
is
get the
currently
plant
1
down,
on
but they always
5.
lose the retake.
And I think, listen, the job of a Jet in this meta is horrendous. Attack side Jet in this meta is so difficult. I mean, he is having to push through Viper mollies, nano swarms, getting vulnerable to getting tagged down, getting spammed through smokes, cascades in his face, has to push through. The Harbor utility slows him down. It's awful. It's
You
terrible.
really are the sacrificial lamb.
I mean, the days of the Jet carrying
It's
do
just
seem
different
to be over a
production,
little bit.
Polar.
You know, there's a reason
I agree
why
with you, though, it's
people
noticeable.
Like Khalil and King and
Very noticeable.
you know, Som, those kind of smokes players, initiator players, Zekken, for example, are dominating at the moment.
Right here.
But at the same time, you've got to take smart fights.
So what's the switch up? Weapons were cobbled together.
They would have at least pracked the
Sentinels
D.
were able to
Like
get
they'll have the
relatively
DRX exec from here though,
Decent
right?
buy together. Still a Guardian in the hands of Zek.
Right, chat.
It's a slow
The recon here, the
It's a
knife
cosmic
here.
divide. Rips her way across onto the site now. Mazina wants to play really forwards. And it's
Oh
just
my,
spamming a
that's
common
a
angle.
nice kill through this.
Gets out of his life as well.
Are they
Discipline
happy
is
to just
there,
give
and
them
the
this
first kill
plant?
going away with Sassy down.
There's a lot of people here
What's
if
the
they want to
adjustment?
flood early.
So here's where I'm thinking Def saves his ult for the post plan. Defender Killjoy goes down, they can all fall off site. But if Def
Pancada has a star as well that they can go over towards. It still has 2 stars. Def has.
And here it is.
Nice.
Yeah.
Post plant null command.
Yeah, that means they can have pure vision of this the whole time.
Oh,
Wait,
look at
the
this.
Viper's staying spawn.
He is walking away
Damn, it's
from the
genius.
ult so that he can keep this Viper wall up.
Yep. Just so that they have one level of the smokes, and now the burst of that no command going to be fading away. It all comes down to a bit of spam. The turret, okay, body blocking the Trailblazer, not ideal time.
Such a hard defuse. Good attempts on the edge. Cove is up.
Spamming it down, needs to break it all the way through. No one's dealing with King, and he just sticks it through.
Damn, nicely done. What the hell? Mazino's killing everyone
It's
as
a
well.
nice idea from Sentinels. It really is. I can see what they're going for, but
Yeah, leather all over them. This was cool. There was a lot of cool stuff with this. The KO came up. We saw the Viper go back so they could create the pressure with the wall as well. Make sure that they could make this happen. Damn, the Sky Flash was great as well.
For him to slip into the cubby with the
Holy
cascade.
hell.
And
And the Cove insta-stick was nice as well. Yeah, they handled a pretty difficult situation really well. Like, really, really well. That was impressive.
Something's got to change for Sen. Retakes aren't working, or at least trying to hold into the post plan.
Loud
Retakes
Furia?
definitely
Oh,
working
mate,
for
it's
Lev.
gonna be a sick game. I think it's gonna be really close,
Bit of
yeah.
exploration towards mid.
Not something that we've seen really so far from Sentinels. They tried it on, I think it was the pistol round. But apart from that, it's been mostly just pressuring A, and then a little pop into B that we just saw.
Yeah, they're really trying to do it on
Could be a
hard
good
mode. We haven't
avenue
seen a B
to try and
here.
explore if you are Sentinels. Break the alarm
Like,
bomb.
other than
Full
if you take
rotations
out the
away, maybe
ults
try
or
and get a
whatever.
bit of an easier hit and get some players in some forward lurk positions to be that backstab, that extra element, rather than just relying on spamming down any sort of angles. But we're down to 50 seconds.
Sassy looking for the Khalil shot.
Yeah, you can low.
Where are they
You
ending?
can spam straight for it.
I don't know.
Spike's not picked up.
I don't know if they know, to be honest, bro.
Time's running so low.
Spike retrieved.
Okay,
Call gets made.
they're gonna have
Alright,
low time
B's
for
gonna
this,
be the goal here,
but
you're gonna be walking straight
let's see if they
into-
have. Let's see what the
Yeah,
X looks
Mazino.
like.
To be honest, the
We
time
got
is so
recon.
low. Mazino might just try to rip this.
Oh, we don't have much for it.
reckoning and fight them as they get the plant down.
Pop the ult. Updraft towards the side there. Ten's trying to take a cheeky fight.
Yeah, they
Onto
don't
the
even
head
have
position,
flashes for
push
this.
forwards. How is Mazino getting that?
How did
How's he
Mazino
getting
get a
one
kill
out of
here?
Yep. Traded.
They go for the
That's
safe
plan,
plant,
though.
so they
It's
got to
gonna be
pawn
going
over
again.
towards
It's not a
site.
good position. It's tucked against that default box.
He has one knife.
Everyone has to try and play this one aggressively if you're Sentinels. You can't give up the site too easily. One thing to say that, another thing to do. Comes down to these fights that need to be taken. Flash through, off to the side, smoke in their faces.
Def has owned it.
Repositioned by Def,
Really
could be
smart by
quite
him.
good. Jumping
Oh my goodness.
through is to find a fight in the crossfire.
Very
Is
nice from
good.
him. Flash cleared it, instantly went to the area that was cleared. Did great.
What a lovely post-plant setup from Sentinels. It's so
Yeah,
rare
yeah,
that
it
we
was
see
good, good
attacking
heads up by
teams
him.
have compositions that want to fight on the site like that.
Yeah.
But this one definitely does. I think Mazino, after I've just praised him for being flawless at times with this team, I don't get why he ran through the smoke at Heaven. He had a reckoning to play the retake. Even if he was going to challenge like that, he needs teammates to play off. You can't just
Oh,
be
that
looking through a
resets
smoke.
their
They're
money.
going one for
Damn,
one
okay,
with
some of
Tekken
these
there.
runs
It's
have been
not
pretty
favourable.
close then if that actually puts them down to an eco.
5 players stack
There's
up
a
every
chance
time
for
on
Sentinels.
each
I'll be honest with you, chat. I don't wanna
Sentinels have not been
don't wanna
playing
ruin the
any of
hype
this
or
map
anything, but I don't
aggressively at the
think
beginning of the round.
I don't
I
think this
one
is
of the
enough
big
rounds
focuses for Sentinels
for them
here
on
has
defense.
been about
Like, even if
slowing
they
the
get
pace
6-6,
down
I
at the
think this
beginning
is
of the
too
rounds.
many. They don't have a good defense comp in my
And it's helped
personal
them in the
opinion.
first kill department too. They were coming into this match shockingly poor first kill rate. Always having to play from a 4v5. About 60% of the time they were 4v5. And this match has been very different.
Minute off the clock and a call gets made.
You said that horribly, but I get you.
Look at that. Full
Yeah,
rotation
probably.
by
That
Lev.
sounds. Honestly, that sounds
Pure
about right.
gamble, isn't it? But
Yeah.
it's the
That
right
kind of
one.
just sums
But I
up
think
the
they've
stream in general.
read the Senna very all in terms of where they're trying to play these attack side defaults. They
No.
make a bit of noise and presence. They run a lot of 4-1s, right?
Yeah, well, there's not even been that many lurkers, to be
Yeah.
honest. You'd expect maybe Sassy to be doing that a bit for the
Yeah,
team,
I
but
should have said
he
this
hasn't
is
really
too
been
many.
there.
I
This
do
is a
worry
big
right
stack.
now. Yeah, this could get dangerous, despite the fact that they're up against the weaker buy. Plan.
Uh-oh.
Dog to the side.
Flood
this
is here. It was a
where
nice
it really
rotation.
gets
Lord of
scrappy.
numbers.
Moving forwards, doesn't matter that you got the guns, doesn't matter you got the
It's done.
rifles. because Lev have stacked it already and waiting. Moving forward, second with 2. Good for that, but still, start of 10s. Tapping it through. Viper's Pit reckoning in his face. Needs to win this fight, and when it he does, an exchange of a rifle. Few more bullets to work with, but just
Damn,
the right
nicely
moment.
handled from Lev. Good decision from them as soon as they realized it wasn't B to go over. Gamble stack
And it's a
towards
disaster for Sentinels.
A.
Just as
A
it
lot of
looked
numbers
like that
here,
team was
flooded
getting their feet
heavy.
underneath them.
This is so done, and this is actually a bit of a worrying sign for Sentinels.
And whether it's
I say a bit of a worrying sign. This is very worrying. Because at the moment,
I think they heard them spamming through art.
Haven and
And they know
Icebox
that
looks
the way
pretty
that they
bad
can
for
play this
them.
slowly is typically the areas they're
I'm
working in the
pretty
mid-rounds
close
is
to
where they're
adding
gonna
Pearl
be
to that list right now.
Love the way that they played that too. I mean, they made it so difficult for Sentinels to find a single pick. All rushing together, all facing together. And great skill too.
And this is getting out of hand for Sentinels very quickly. After such a stellar performance for them to be able to bring it all the way. Opponent's map pick taken away.
Sean talked
At least
about it on
Icebox
the
is
desk.
leaving, that's very
This is
true.
arguably Leviathan's best map though. Now that their ascent has looked a little shaky.
Dude, they're like
Against
allergic to
Fury
B
and
or
now
something.
Sentinels. But it is going to be a heartbreaker for these Sentinels players if they end up just getting bodied on map 3. Because this could have been a 2-0.
Could have been. So close and split.
It's not the world we live in though.
No.
So now a bit more of this mid-pressure from Sentinels. They tried this before, but they never actually split into the site. It's always poking and prodding in mid, and then they back off and do a full 5-hit through A or B main. I'd like to see them actually venture a little further forwards, but is Def gonna go for it this time?
Again, it's such a similar tale. And they've used a lot of their util here, and Taco's pushed himself up into a forward. Bit of a one and done position. If they want to NB here, Taco could be the difference maker.
Have a
More
good
than
chance for
thought
this
on their
though.
side. He might just put an end to this entire push.
He has knives though.
Do they
Def,
expect
if he
Taco
uses
here
an
at
ultimate,
30 seconds? They kind
it's
of
gonna
have to
get
check
taken
it
away.
though.
Taken
Oh
away
god,
just
the
under
ult
the
to cancel it.
sheriff
You
angle.
kind of have to check that
Patience,
10s. Oh, you really got to
patience,
check that 10s.
Pays off. 2 kills, rifle gain, a bit of an upgrade, and what is that? Sprays them down,
Enemy remaining.
and they just cannot withstand it.
An absolute dismantling there. Had anybody on Sentinels the presence of mind to check that position, I think Taco would have been caught. But that is gorgeous trigger discipline.
Spike down.
And in the meantime, the push from Def and
It's
the push from
devastating.
Def and Pancada through
The time was low, so they would be
link
like,
anyway,
why is someone here the
just got
whole
destroyed.
time? But
Yep.
yeah,
was it Def and
down.
second,
you
I
still
think.
got to consider it. They
Just
go
got
down to
dominated by
Nico.
Mazzino as well, so even the B split not really working. That was Def's third null command of the half. Getting them up about every 3 rounds. And not really finding that much success with them.
Dude, they
The
love
idea
A.
seems to make sense,
I don't,
but
I
it's
don't know.
not
I don't want to
worked
be
in
too
reality.
harsh.
Here.
Heavy group up.
Toxins going up.
4 players in A main, a bit of a lurk attempt by Sassy. Oh, this wall. Oh my goodness, the cascade. But now they know the middle area is compromised, and an instant response. Look at this by Lev. They're just taking up all the space into art. Don't want to give anything away. The plant's going to go off here, but they've been perfectly happy to play for these retakes, especially when they're handed these.
Bit of aggression from Sentinels over to Arp. Might catch Taco.
Yeah, he is separated. Oh my goodness. The drone missed.
They're not,
Drone missed.
they're not fighting it enough. They've gone for a compromise where they just kind of stand on site and slowly die.
And picked apart from every particular angle.
The difference there, Leviathan's so decisive on the thrifty round.
Can we
that
say
saw from
GG?
them,
Oh, I could
and
have said
Sentinels
GG
just
ages
didn't
ago,
really
man.
know what to do in that moment. Yeah,
Could have said GG at 6-2.
it's crumbling.
6 was too many. Honestly, in my mind,
fast.
with their defense comp, like maybe 4 is too
Really
many.
seeing the depth of the map pool as well when you've got teams that might be competing for that middle of the pack.
We haven't
and that
seen a
top 4.
single
This is
exec
really
from
where the
over
difference gets
towards B.
separated in moments like this.
Not much pressure either.
Gotta be honest with you, Brent. I thought the difference would be more palpable watching this game. I thought that we were going to see Leviathan come in here and showcase that there is a tier gap between them and Sentinels, and that really wasn't the case at all, map 1 and map 2. Even in places where we would talk about the map pool being really good for Leviathan on Ascent.
It's murky.
Have to say whatever I thought was too harsh. Like,
That's
long
part of
story
the
short
joy
is I
of
just don't
watching
think they have a good
Americas at the
understanding of the map.
It
That's
does
it.
feel like an element of any given
But I
Sunday,
was gonna, in my
Not
head,
really
I'm
on pro.
thinking, in my head, I'm phrasing it a lot worse.
Of the first half.
But that's like the TLDR.
And Taco going for a familiar play. Timing. Oh my goodness, he's just missed it. like ships in the night, but he is away.
Oh my goodness.
Missing the shot. Shorty's out. Look at the coverage. Zeno, happy to oblige, happy to help him out. And Tens wants to take a fight. Flashed up. What? What is that?
Oh, those are ones you really can't afford to lose. It does get traded, but
The thing that's going to annoy me the most, though,
Oh, damn.
because I know what's going to happen as well, because all of the forums and everything are just going to be like, damn, like Tens, like are you good and stuff like that, but it's like, dude, they just don't understand the map. Like, it's not his
How
fault.
do you manage this?
There's other people that should be taking the blame for this
Sticking
one.
all the way through. Is it enough to try and break it? Not quite. And Taco gets away.
I feel
with it.
sorry
That's
for the dude.
10-2
Like he's gonna get flamed for this one, and I don't think any of it's his fault.
dismantling of Sentinels, just degenerating into solo plays there towards the end. And Sassy, after a really, really strong map 2, back on the Viper, back to 1 and 12.
Yeah, an absolute dominant half so far by Leviathan, but well, let's see what the
He's
desk
still
has to break
playing
down
bad
so
though,
far.
dude. He's like the only duelist in the going into A. Like, what's he meant to do? What's he meant to do when they get backside of A? Is he like no one's there with him? They don't have any flashes to get him out anywhere. Like, what's he honestly meant to do apart from out aim multiple people that are holding just like good crossfires with like contact and swings? He can't do anything.
Destroying, it feels like. Honestly, from my POV, just looks like Sentinels is kind of like all like fumbling all over themselves. I'm not sure if they're playing on site, playing retake. Like here we actually see like these rounds where, you know, they have so much that they can stay on site and take the space, map space with, but then they just choose to like fall off the site, give up the free space. We have double controllers that can just retake the site, put up a wall and completely deny that information, and we're just letting them have it. Like, I really don't get it.
I think the retakes, like you mentioned, were phenomenal from Leviathan, and this is something we thought we would see on this map. Sentinels struggled with it all half, but where they really lost this half was that eco round, the one where Leviathan stacked B, they roll all the way back to A, they get the Thrifty, and then the next round, it's like they win another Thrifty because the null command gets popped, which takes away the Blade Storm from Taco, and he still gets 3.
And this will bring us back to that comp discussion because the Harbor has been a big piece of a number of those retakes, right? And we're seeing some of the difficulty from Sentinels on the attacking half with where they're planning the spike and not having the ability to protect you know, the planter
Fruit sounds
to
good.
then put it in an open position
I'll check it in the break.
You know, a hold or a post-plant situation on these B angles, for example.
Oh, these B retakes.
It's not that bad at all. It's good. We can slowly educate people. It's all
I'm
good.
gonna say I don't think the KO really got the value that they were looking for on Sentinels. They had 3 null commands. Sideshow pointed out they were farming orbs on depth all half. All 3 of those rounds were losses, and I don't even think any of them were close. So they farmed 24 orbs that half, and then just threw them all away. That was just, you wanted to see more come out of the game plan.
They're gonna. I mean, unless they somehow have an insane defense half, but with their comp and the way the map plays and is designed, I don't think so.
Average 8 rounds?
Average 8.
Well, they only need 3.
Yeah.
So that less than half of what their average is all they need to wrap this series up. For Sentinels, it's time for a miracle if they want to get the dub this time around. Back over to our casters to close this series out.
The uphill battle, isn't it, for Sentinels now? Has to be win on the pistol round, and even then, so damn difficult, because look at that, just to reiterate what the desk was talking about.
Well, that's not a good sign.
Attacking round win rate on Pearl among all teams at VCT America's 68%, Josh.
Yeah, that's also helped by the fact that
So,
Fury are
someone in chat was talking about this, the fact that they might start taking risks. But we might see them do the perfect thing, right? When you take these kind of risks with this comp, you don't have a Killjoy or something to be able to hold 2 of these down. So when you take risks like this, it just means there's too many holes that they could be. Like this Astra is having a nightmare because all of these are a question mark right now.
Yeah, not too many supplies. Trailblazer to clear through. This is interesting from Lev. So curious beginning.
Good news for Sentinels is they're coming to them potentially.
Do this quite often, but
Nope,
taking
not
mid is a new
anymore.
element
They saw
to it.
too many.
Really pushing deep. They offered bit of a kill there.
The first pick is great. If Pancada can find something else over here.
Backing away.
Yeah, it decides to just play back and watch for any post-plant aggression.
Okay, King is in a pretty good position for this one.
Pinged it out at a
Might have
wall
good
for
timing as well.
Possibly for water and this fight. Look at this.
Damn, this double setup might get wrecked, so there's a lot of people
They've
here.
got an aggressive post-plant setup that's going to decide so much, and then King
Wait.
also on a
It's all about these
backstab.
kills. It's all about these kills. A bit of spam through, right through the window, jump peeking. Right click's doing a decent amount of work there. 40 health for Nosworth. Forward position. Is he going to be traded? Is he going to
Damn,
be
nicely
dealt
done
with?
from
The answer
Tens.
is yes. Inside the pit, I don't think King's got anything for this one because, yeah, no util in his hands.
Damn, nice round from Tens.
Discipline there by Sentinels, making sure that they stuck together there for the retake.
And a great start from Tens as well. It should be the easier side of the map. I mean, at the
It's
same
not
time,
going to
he's
be
also
the.
gonna have
It should
ton of
not be the
armor
easiest side of
utility
the
in
map.
his face if he tries to play aggressive.
Sure.
But 4 kills in the round sees more than doubled his kills.
Yep. Got to keep it going though.
Yeah, I mean,
One round
All
at
right.
a time.
Not only can Sentinels not afford to make any mistakes, but they
5 sheriffs with the plum.
round where they're going to be working with a weaker economy. So
How are we going to play this now? Because everyone's going to be isolated,
still
potential guns that can go
extraordinarily
down.
difficult, but if you think about the big picture, Sentinels were losing a lot of those pistols. They'd only won 2 out of 10 coming into this match. So those are already, that's already a better sign for any Sentinels fans. They've clearly put some work into the pistol rounds, and also their early round game plan as well, I think, is much improved.
Aggressive angle here.
Uh-oh.
It was compromised for about a moment when Zekken was pushed off
No
the
armor
angle,
on
but-
this, though.
Ah,
Oh my
okay.
goodness, that was fast.
Flick of the wrist there. King was hoping some sort of value there with a lurk on the Eco.
Obscuring vision.
Yeah, I heckin' love him too. Cleaning them up though. Just trying to go over those contact plays. Nosworth going to be the last one
This
standing.
could be really good if no one dies. Kind of wanted to see Death play super
This is
safe.
gonna give Tens
2 armor
Bladestorm,
rebuyes.
actually. If he gets this kill or decides to challenge, I mean, might not have an opportunity to do so. Honestly, with 40 seconds left, you know, I think that would be the better idea. Don't let anyone kill him. Save him as a tasty little snack for Tens. Because seriously, that adds just so much
30
more
seconds left.
into your bonus round.
Okay. It's going to be a really good bonus on this one. We might see them go heavy A. Potentially get the orb. Get the orb. We'll see.
The ult orb over towards A is defenders sided. You can get over to that. Tens could get his Bladestorm online. They could add a lot more bite to this round.
But this is the round that matters, isn't it?
This is the
Bonus
round.
round
But
against the bite.
the good news is that Lev decided to go for all the sheriffs in the round before, so they are actually doing one of their first kind of light buys into this one.
It looks like they're just going to send it big.
So actually,
Look at all
this has a
those pings
this has
pinging
a
out
chance.
Tens. Potential positioning, perhaps.
Onto the close corner. Deep knife there on towards A main, so that's going to be given the space for Tens to get the orb, so he's going to have
Damn.
the online.
Fru's coming in. Respect.
Vibe wall in the face for the Leviathan players, but not for much longer. Okay, as soon as they hear that Trailblazer, that's going to be the pull. Snakebite, layering the utility on top to make sure they don't get too much value out of it. But now drop down, that's going to be a plant. Anything to try and stop this one?
Okay,
Go
this
spam into it.
this is more how the
Fire
map
goes down without
is
too many
normally
problems.
played. They get
How
heavy
you
off the
play this
plant.
retake,
Let's
this is the
see
bread and
how
butter
they
of the
deal
comp.
with this. They have
Except that Pancada is not playing Harbor, right? So
some of this.
where do the Astra smokes
They
come
have
through?
water block.
It's going to be difficult.
They have some
Trying to wait your way
smokes.
through, that's an updraft play. Dash still active, making their way through. Cascade in their face. No kill to be found. And look at all
Does
this
someone
util.
decide to do that thing where they
Five
stick over
more.
towards the right
Right
side?
on top of it. Anybody tries to stick it, they're going to be bursted
Um,
down. This way, that way.
Much
so
better
little to play
understanding of the map.
Toxins going up.
This is nice. Is a low buy though.
World. Beautiful little attempt at the end,
So
but not too much
I feel like they
else.
did alright damage, to be honest, Sentinels.
So one big opportunity for Sentinels to get back
But
into
yeah.
this game a little bit. And it doesn't quite go
That
their
round
way.
we just saw there, they
That
have
means
to
that
stop
not
this
only do
plant.
Leviathan get up
Like
to
they
11,
have
but they
to stop
the
this
economy
plant.
now to be able
The
to
only way, in
start
my
working
mind,
their way
Sentinels
forwards.
are gonna be able to retake what we just saw
Get
there
up
is
to
if they
match
get
point.
Astra ult. That is the only way.
Tens
And
picks
even
up an
then,
operator,
they have
but
so
I
much delay
just
with this
don't
comp
see
that I'm not sure
where
that'll
he's
do
gonna
it.
be able to get value from this unless
so
he plays
hard.
towards
Because they're
mid.
very good at putting
Xeno's
this smoke over
utility
towards
is
this.
always gonna be in his
Yeah, this
face.
is a big round
Xeno
for
and Nosra are
Sentinels.
gonna
Well, I
use
mean,
the
obviously
flash
because of the
cascade
score, but
to take
they're
any
gonna get
space
tested
where
over
they
towards
want on the
speed, see if they can
I
stop
think this
it.
might act in biting them a little bit.
There's the flash, there's the cascade. Not that Tens is playing there anyway.
Just impossible to anyway. Reckoning.
Harbor ult as
Skirting its way
well.
across the site
Good
there.
luck trying to fight
Be
this.
using the pull
Have
in
to stop the
response
plant
a
though,
lot of
really,
this,
because I
just try
don't
and slow
think.
down again the push attempt, and back horse control
Ooh.
is still going to be held for now.
4
I
people
said.
here.
Dashing right forwards into them.
Maybe.
Hot flash play, lovely by Pancada
Nice
to
trade.
contain. The second's out in the open. He's removed.
Nice trade again.
Second here, and he's still in back horse.
And this is anyone's game still. Slight angle. Oh my goodness, spraying it down, moving forwards. That's Mazzino.
And now Pancada's stuck. He could be pushed
4
from any
people
angle
here.
here.
They managed to get it to a 2-on-2.
I love this
Gives up the
decisive
space.
reposition.
The
it's
his
unlucky.
crosshair placement's not on it. Doesn't suspect it.
They might not think Tens is coming from here.
All throughout this round, hoping, praying that they would come back to him. Does he get a free one?
Oh, it's unlucky.
Dashing forwards, he needs a better gun for the job. And look at that. Lev have no intention of taking a fight with him.
Goodbye.
Running all the way over towards A.
He didn't get a rifle.
The one thing I've noticed is Sentinels have at least looked into how they like to play these situations where they always stick together. We saw it in the Zekken 1v2 as well, right? Look how much he doesn't even have to worry about anyone just being here. He just knows they always play it like robots. It makes more sense to stick together. It's the same thing with Zek when he did that plant in the 1-on-2. He just knew that they would be together, that he could just take so much
The more he
space.
does it, the more time is going to be bled off. Onto the clock.
Has 2 smokes.
Smoke's available. How does he play it? Sticking it through. It's a double swing.
Yeah, that's a nightmare.
No gaps in the play there from Leviathan.
Alright. 8 chances on the harder side of the map.
And it's the final round potentially here, as Leviathan have just looked unstoppable. Sentinels take a timeout. Mazzino's 20 and 10 currently. Finishes off 10s towards the end there too.
He's frying.
He really is.
Last time out here for Sentinels. Any chance for them to try and crawl their way back, but there is no
Gen G,
room for
they
error.
looked really good.
And their economy is shot.
Like, so good that
It's
I
just looking
think the
disastrous
DRX
after
game
you
is
have
on.
15
Like, I think
16.
it's
Nothing to work with.
close to a
And honestly,
50-50.
even if Leviathan are able to win this final round and close things out 30-4, they've been pushed much more than people expected on those first 2 maps. And really, like, coming away from this game, do you feel more confident in Leviathan just because the final map was so decisive? I was kind of expecting this kind of scoreline on Ascent. So,
yeah,
to me,
To manage to play,
it feels like it's
to
already
take
gone
playoffs.
further. Like, Sentinels have already pushed a top team further than I was expecting.
It might be
Definitely have that
close.
clutch
We'll see.
factor is what it feels like. A lot of the rounds
It'll be
going
close.
away from those
The
sheer
good
heroics
news
that
for
we were
Sentinels
seeing.
is 100. Sorry, good news for Sentinels is obviously they beat 100 Thieves. That's great. But the fact that Icebox and Bind is coming in, that's honestly I think that's a bit of a blessing for them.
Even if they end up losing here, they're good learning moments. But for Leviathan, they're looking to make a statement.
Looking to make a statement, hoping to end it here with this next round. A lot of ults that they're close to here, you can see as well. Shy, 1 away from that lockdown. Completely theirs, isn't it, towards A main. They've gained control of this one. And it's a, what a stack push here from Sentinels. They're hoping for something, anything. Lovely kill there. Okay.
And that's really important. And Sassy
I
picking
think
up King
Sentinels
on
got
the other side
exposed
of
on Pal
things
as
too.
well. Yeah,
As King was
big
just
time.
prodding forwards.
I think it might even look worse than the
I think King's
Icebox.
giving them really good information.
I think the
right?
Haven.
He knows that
I
they
think it
were
might
pushed
be
up
Haven,
towards
Pearl,
B, so it's
Icebox.
unlikely there's going to be a stack
Out of
on
what
A.
I've seen.
Leviathan, after prodding there and dying to Pancada, decide to full commit.
Oh. Sassy getting caught on the flank though.
A 4v3 Sentinels with more players, worse weapons.
Look at the way Leviathan have just split up entirely. There's a timing here to be taken, but obviously Sendo
Again, all their stuff is like very
Every
easy to
single moment
fix.
matters. Flashes over the top as soon as it's tapped. That's going to be the pop flash play moving forwards. No one's covering it. Even everybody's blind, but it is half on the defuse.
How is he still alive? It's crazy.
Squeezing the players on the site.
Oh boy.
Mazzino. Oh, he's found the perfect timing.
Enemy remaining.
Slam dunk. And it's all up to Dev. The
Yeah,
IGL
there's
just
never
has
a
to wait
chance
his
after this
turn.
one.
Stunned up, no time. It is halved. But with so much to do, and just not enough weaponry. 13
Okay, nicely done from Lev.
finalize it.
But yeah,
What a
honestly,
performance on the final map here for
this
Leviathan.
they never had a chance into this one.
Very decisive. Leviathan coming out in the third map, making a statement, showcasing that there really is a
A
difference between these
little
two
bit
teams,
worried.
at
A
least
little bit
on
worried
some
for
maps
Sentinels.
in the pool.
3 maps that I don't
And
think
Leviathan
they're
were looking for that, the bounce back after their loss to
great
Furia,
at.
showcasing that they're a top team that people should respect. A
They
top
look
team
better
looking
on the 2
to
maps
maybe
though
make
that they
it to
played. They
Tokyo
look
later on
like
down
that's a
in the
good
split.
sign. They can
But I
obviously
think
get
there's
that
still
good.
questions to take
I
away
just
from
think
this win.
on Haven what
The
we've
manner in
seen
which
is they struggle
they played
against a
on Split,
Killjoy.
sure, it's
Super
an OT
easy to
win.
fix, right? You
But
can
that's
fix
the
that
first time
within
we've
1
seen
day.
Leviathan play
Easy.
since
Pearl, I think they have a
July
bad understanding of the map in general, at least from this that we saw. So that's also easy as well. Just look at the map, look what everyone else does. Spam B at least. Make sure your autobots are good. Make sure you have like a DRX hit if you want to do the same comp. Dude, what on earth was wrong with Icebox? I can't remember now.
Listen, not to discredit Sentinels, I think they played very well to be able
Oh yeah,
to
they
do
didn't
so.
do any map pressure, did they?
Especially the individual moments. Zekken winning the 1v2 towards the end stands out, but Zekken just had an absolute blinder on Sova there.
So yeah, all of the issues are easy
maybe,
to fix.
maybe there's no team in the world that stops Zekken from winning that map.
But his final one was dominant. I think that's Leviathan as well, just showcasing again just the remnants of their map pool a little bit there, the depth there they've got available to them.
But the good news is they took like a decent team to, like they beat them and they look close on the other map.
As well, moving forwards off the back of this win, much needed for them. Nice little bounce back.
Yeah, nice win from them. Level looking great still. I'm still confident for them.
I think Leviathan will be happy about that, but also have a lot of rounds where they can VOD review.